Morning all, Tuesday morning. This is a bit much, isn't it, doing a Monday and a Tuesday? But it's the listing league. The listing league that the people who do it love it. And I quite love it as well. So we'll get on. I'll just look at this. Just been packaging away today. Those are UPS backing. I'm sure I should use these as void filler, but they just get chucked in the bin, unfortunately. So I'm sure there's a more environmentally friendly way. I should keep them all. Go through the reams of the stuff. So I hope you're all well. Thank you for those who've sent in numbers. Yeah, I think the people who are doing it are finding it useful. Bit of a pain, but then again, you know, sometimes it's like that, isn't it? Sometimes it's like that. And as usual, I'll start with my numbers and a little chit chat about how my week's been, and then I will go through everyone who's sent numbers in, and hopefully they've sent a little bit of blurb about how their week's been and what they're trying, what they're buying, what they're selling, and what they're telling. God, I'm a poet and I don't know it. So got a few people in, got Pete's Retro in. I'm a bit sort of scattergun with the time this goes out. It could be anywhere between 10 and 11. I should, for my own good, set a regular time, but I just finished packing. I was just about to start listing, so I thought I'd get it in here. I'll only be on here for about half an hour. So hi Pete, thanks for your numbers. Hi Antoinette, good to see you. And yeah, let's get going. Let's get going on my numbers. How do you do it? It's that one. Do you still want to see me in the corner? Or you're not too worried? Okay, eBay listing league. Yes, we've got this. I don't think we've got anyone new sending numbers, but it's good to see people getting into it. Hi, Richard. Oh, yeah, Richard sent his numbers. He did them last year, but I missed Eric's last week, unfortunately. He's not sent in numbers this week. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Thanks for your numbers. So here we go. I did 70 last week. I sold 34. And it struck me as how that is almost exactly the same as last year in terms of ideally, I'd like to get a lot more sold. So let's see. And I'm trying to do that by doing a lot more coupons and offers to watchers, funnily enough. Yeah, the idea just hit me out of the blue. So let's go. Number listed, number sold. Hopefully this will encourage us to list more, which in turn should encourage eBay to get it sold more, as long as we're doing things sensibly. Get it gone. Bang a gong. So here I am, 70 last week. I've let myself down. I've let the side down. Terrible. 66. Well, bit of a busy week. Didn't do more. Did almost the same. Hopefully we'll do a lot this week. And I'm hoping to crack on with some media, which should push the listing numbers up. But, you know, whether it makes a difference on profit, which is what it all comes down to, who knows. I sold 32. So again, similarly, it's like around sort of like 50% mark. But the good thing on that with the stuff I've been listing, high value stuff. So the ASP on that was just under £65. So bottom line numbers are really good. So you know it's amazing what you can read or not read into numbers. I'm happy with that. I would like to see the sold being a bigger percentage of the amount listed. So I still need to encourage sales. So I'm obviously working on that. Trying to price realistically as well. I think I was talking yesterday about those GameCube games, and someone kindly commented that you're ridiculous that you're pricing them higher, and people will see that you've priced them higher and bring them down with a coupon. And I did actually get that. I wouldn't normally do that. Normally, I price things like centre point of the price range, and we'll add a coupon to get it gone. But with the GameCube games, there's two things. I kind of think they're a bit special. We're probably not actually. And secondly, they don't take up too much room. And I've got my eye on them. So thanks for the comment. I always appreciate tips and suggestions like that. Always good to hear. Luke, one of the local resellers who did, I think he did around about 70 last week. And what did he do? I've got the numbers here. Oh, he did 86 last week and 60 sold. So again, it's a really good in terms of percentage. What's that? That's like 3/4 of the stuff he's listed. I mean, normally you will find that the stuff that he's selling is the stuff you've recently listed. But to be listing 80 and to sell 86 and to sell 60, that's pretty good. Pretty good sell through, which is one of those metrics that eBay love. So he's listed 100. He's got even busier. I've got even lazier. He's got even busier. Can you believe it? Right, I've had a few more people in. Who did I get up to? I think I got up to Robin. Hi, AC. Good to see you. Thanks for your numbers. Hi, Carl. Good to see you. I think hi. Hi. So he's listed 80. He's in the zone. Sold 72. So again, almost 3/4. Isn't that funny? You know, and a couple of factors that I can think of straight away come into that are what he's selling, obviously, you know, buyable. Price he's setting. Supply and demand, isn't it? Supply and demand. So, yeah. Always good. Good to see. I know Luke and what he sells. He's a local reseller to me. I talk to him quite a lot. So, yeah. Good to see. Right, Ali. Thank you, Ali, for your numbers. I didn't quite understand the message, but I got the gist. So Ali has listed 90. And she has sold 40. She said, I give up. We sales Monday to Friday. So I think sales Monday to Friday, 40 sold. A great weekend total of 3. I think there's a bit of sarcasm there. A little bit of sarcasm. It's funny, sometimes you think, oh, good, end of the month, or good, we're coming up to a Saturday, Sunday, loads of people will be buying, it can be dead. Sometimes you get loads of sales on one day and you get nothing the next day, and you just can't put, you know, it's the eBay lighthouse shining its light on you and then not shining its light on you. You kind of have to ignore it and carry on doing the right stuff. All the good stuff. Listing, offers, whatever you think is good to get those sales done. AC. Very similar to results to last week. So last week, it was listed 31 and sold 20. And this is a part-time reseller. 90% of it is clothing. I don't know what the markup on, you know, what markup people look for on clothing as minimum. Back in the day when I used to do a lot more clothing, I used to look on, I want to get 4 times what I paid as a minimum. You know, obviously there's the odd thing that you'd buy for 2 3 quid and flip for like 70 80. But I don't know what people look for these days. Whether that has changed. Obviously, a lot of people are attracted to doing clothing. Be interesting to know. Let me know if you know. So, any similar numbers: listed 3, sold 20. And doing that part time, where do you source? Because I imagine if you're going out on a 9 to 5. You won't particularly want to find a supplier who gives you like 10 kilograms of clothes. that you got to go through. So, is it charity shops? Is it boot fairs? Are you magpieing stuff there? I'd be interested. Charity shops, I haven't been to. I haven't sourced for. Oh God, it must be like 3 years now. Because of all the reasons that people say, prices increase, seeing my own stuff in there that have been in there for months. Anyway, let me know if clothing resellers or AC, let me know where you source from. Di sent me a picture of an Amiga, which I was very jealous about, and ended up selling it and really got a good price for it. Sold it as spares. Could have been working, who knows? I've got an Amiga, I've got a list. But the numbers, let's talk about Amigas, more talk about numbers. And the numbers for Di are, so last week he had 41 and 40. 41 listed, 40 sold. So that is, I mean, that's great, isn't it? I want to take some inspiration from that. This week, he's listed 34 and he's sold 35. And you're like, oh, that's nice. Nice sell through. He has mentioned what the sales are, and there's some good sales. It's a bit similar to me, really, in terms of average selling price on these items. The biggest sale is £90 for some speakers, £85. It looks like it's all audio equipment. There's a Denon piece of audio equipment. And then a Panasonic Ghetto Blaster, 75 quid for that. I'm sure I've got a Ghetto Blaster. I've got a list. And £70 for a 50 centimetre high wooden cat. Who would have thought that? A wooden cat. And this is where, I mean, maybe he took a chance on that. And maybe he knew the value of it. If I saw a wooden cat, I don't think I'd be buying it, even if it was like £4. Yeah, first dibs on a house clearance. There's an old man in his 80s. First time this has happened. Lots of bits. Lou said it was lots of fun going through it. Apart from, I don't know if he wants me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Lots of fun going through it, apart from finding a suitcase full of sex toys. And no, I didn't take them. Brilliant. Was it like Only Fools and Horses, where that inflatable doll blows up? Oh, that is funny. Thank you for that. Made my morning. Just imagine that. Oh my God. Interesting. Right. On we go. Robin at RS Reselling. Thank you for sending these in. What did you do last week? Let's have a little look-see. And, let me know if you're kind of happy with your numbers, where you want them to be. Like I say, I want to, my listing, I don't mind it being around about sort of 60, 70, 50, 60, 70. If I push real hard, it might be 100, whatever. And I'm quite happy with where the selling price is. But thing I'm wary of is those solds. Maybe it'd be a good idea to get that moving. I think eBay would look on my store more favourably, definitely. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. I don't think Gary sent me numbers, so I might just make some up. He listed 1 million and sold 1. Not really. We might get some week. Oh, you didn't get your figures in time. Yeah. You're not on the bus. Ding, ding. Off it goes. Believe 15 sold. Believe 15. Is that listed? I think that's listed 15. Sold 40. Make of that what you will. Make of that's very, very good. I like that. Always like it when the sold figure is high, because that's the whole point of it. I mean, this would be great if I was sort of saying, oh, I really want to get to a store where I've got 800 items. But what's the point of that? This is the number I like to see. So Robin, last week listed 19, sold 6. This week, pressing the wrong button, listed 22, sold 8. Part-time reseller, selling everything. So this is just a little bit of sprinkles on the top. Slight improvement on last time, but I'm hoping there's a gradual improvement. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's part-time, don't, beat yourself up about it all. This is all little extras on the top, and you can sort of be relaxed about what you do. Been listing beanies. Oh, God, and again, I know nothing about that. Damien used to do those Beanie Baby things back in probably about 20 years ago. So, yeah. Picked up a job lot of them. 67. So hopefully it's a nice, easy listing. Oh, that's good to hear. Job lot at £3 each. As a part-time retailer, I'm trying to manage my time better, but I work 11 hours per day, Monday to Friday. Oh, my word. That is hardcore. So 11 hours every day, Monday to Friday, and then you're fitting in eBay? Whew. The weekends and start of the week are okay, but I get into a good flow. But by midweek, I tire and struggle and keep up the same momentum. Or struggle to keep up the same momentum. Well, being part-time, do you need to? I mean, it's totally up to you what you do. But, yeah, consistent. Consistency always starts with, you don't want to burn out. And I see a lot of people burning out. And it's a danger for people who actually absolutely go hell for leather. If you think it's too much what you're doing, I don't know how much eBay you're doing, but if you're doing 11 hours work and then 3 hours eBay, maybe, do an hour eBay or an hour and a half and do it every day and see how that goes. But, I'm sure you'll find a way that works around for you. And, yeah, numbers are great at the moment. Nothing wrong with that at all. Richard Payne, one of the Payne brothers. I always think of the Freak. Anyone know the Freak Brothers comics? Whenever I sort of say the Payne brothers, it reminds me of the Freak Brothers. Fat Freddy and all of that. People won't know what I'm talking about. We're talking about like 70s comics. Richard, whenever Nick Hills does listing challenges, which I kind of avoid, I've done a couple, but he always does very, very well. Very, very, very well. So I expect this to be huge numbers in the millions. In actual fact, he's only listed 80, which is more than me, but he's listed 80. And the news, and that's new listings. All of these numbers are completely new listings. Okay. You probably all know that. He's sold 38. And that's all he's said. I imagine that's just, I think Richard is in the chat. And what sort of thing is sold? Just everything and anything and everything? I imagine it is, because if you've ever seen Richard on a stream, it looks like he's in, like, remember the old BBC CBeebies broom cupboard? He's in one of that, but he's absolutely surrounded, a bit like me actually, but he's absolutely surrounded by stuff. It's not about who has the largest store, even though I think it might rank you higher for some reason. It's who gets out the door. We're getting a lot of rhyming today for some reason. It's not who has the largest store, who gets it out the door. I like it. Richard, if you're still awake and watching this, let us know what you sold. Faye and Simon. So they found some time to send me the numbers between throwing parcels out the window. Do check out that video. Very funny. And they were on holiday last week, and they've still been on holiday part of this week. So they were away for half the week. 4 days they were away for this listing league week. So listed 31, sold 18. And again, going by their video where Simon is chucking parcels out the window, I imagine it was glassware and china, and they were doing all sorts of plates. It was a packing video, And I was just like, oh my God, they were like glass dolphins. I wouldn't go near it. And then he chucks it out the window, or chucked one of them out the window, hit the dog bowl. So there was a lot of that, but good numbers for, the fact that they're away as well. Oh, here we go. Richard is awake. Pretty much sell anything. Try to stick to small items these days. That always used to be the mantra when I was getting stock for Amazon. It's so much easier with Amazon, and it goes to different distribution centre. If you've got large items, like if you decide to get a doll or a Scalextric kit, that will go to another distribution centre for Amazon. So it's always worth consideration. So if you're packing a box and you think, oh, that'll go in there, you'll have to put it in a different box. I digress about Amazon. But it always used to be the mantra, shoebox size or smaller. And I still think that in my head when I'm sourcing, when I'm buying something. Do I really want that typewriter? Do I really want, with the money, make some money out of it, but is it worth it? Ease of packing, all of that comes into it. Thank you, Richard. Shabba, that is Ian, isn't it? And again, just a complete mystery on what he has sold this week, but we have the numbers. I'm trying to remember whether he's part-time. I think he is, but he is part-time. Listed 41. That's good going for a part-timer. Sold 31. Get 3/4. Perhaps that's, instead of being around the 50% mark, maybe a little goal I should set myself would be to, list 70 and sell, 50 plus. Thank you, Dave. Hello, Dave. Listed 44, sold 84. But half a private label. So don't need same listings. But he's been alive for over 10 years. Been live for it's a listing that's been live for over 10 years. I don't know anything about private label. Well, I know a little bit about what it is, but never thought about doing it. My son asked me all sorts of questions about making money and this, that, and the other. And I think he's mentioned private label. I'll have to find a little bit more about it. It's not something I'm interested in as to I really want to do it now, but it'd be good to have a bit more knowledge than I have at the moment. To me, it just means, merchandise that a logo is stuck on. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. I'm probably wrong. Peach Retro. Is this the last one? Could be. No, it's penultimate one. Pete is... I'm trying to think whether Pete is part-time or not. Can't remember. Last week, Pete did 24 and 20. This week, he's listed a bit more, 31, and he sold 20. Consistent on the number of sales going out the door. 6 of those 20 was stuff that was listed newly this week. And yes, you do find that, don't you? That new item boost. And I think I have a lot of stuff that gets I sell similar my old listings, and it doesn't get counted in my numbers before you think, oh, it doesn't get counted. But you can't beat a new listing. I think eBay knows whether it's new or sell similar new. And sometimes I'm tempted, even on my old listings that I've ended, because I end 10 listings a day of old stuff that hasn't gone. I'm tempted to do it as new listing and completely redo it, adjust the price, adjust the photos, and all of that. But it's just a time thing. So much easier to do a sell similar. That's all right. Catching up. Charity shops. Oh, and vintage. Yeah, no, a whole Vinted can be good, and a local reseller. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, £15 an item sounds. You're selling 20 items. That's 300 quid, isn't it? So it's not too bad at all. That's a little sprinkle on top. Help pay off the mortgage. Finally got Carp. That's not a typo. That's it goes by the name of Carp. Hello, Kath. Happy Tuesday. I have a little table of purchase price and what I need to sell to achieve the £15. And if it doesn't fit, I don't buy it. If it doesn't fit this, I don't buy it. I used to have little tables when I used to go to auctions just to factor in auction charges and hammer price and all of that. Oh, I see. So I imagine. I think I get what you're saying. So if you go down the charity shop and you see a blue Harbour jumper, which is like what I would see down my charity shop, and it's like £6, you have a little table will go, okay, well, if this is £6, I would need to sell it for £25 because 10% will be fees, £3 will be postage, blah, 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 blah. Can I sell a blue Harbour jumper for £25? No, I can't. So that's how you make your decisions. It's not a competition. It's just a bit of fun. No, it's, I won't repeat myself, but it's just self-motivation, really, and interesting to see people's numbers. Carp isn't the last one, because who is missing from this list? Has anyone got their wits about you? Might have a point for anyone who spots it. Carper's list is 62. He sold 25. He says not a great week in terms of sales. Could be his fault. Well, if you're not listing enough or you're not selling enough, that's a good place to start. That's where I always start. What can I do different? Not my fault for listing too many similar items. I don't know whether that would have an effect. In actual fact, it's weird that if I suddenly list shoes, I will sell a shoe like that has been listed for a long time. I think listing in a certain category boosts that category. There's this thing about if listing creates sales, but I think it's shop item specific. I definitely believe that. Correct. Chris, you're going to get relegated for non-submission. Definitely. You're down to the Nationwide League or whatever it is, National League. Yes. Well done. You got your wits about you. Jack, he was slacking last week. He only listed 165 things and he only sold 224. I mean, what is he doing, the lazy git? This week, where is he? There he is. He's gone from listing 165 to listing 237. He's not in the chat. He's normally here. He's probably listing. I imagine a lot of it's media, but I would think there's some consoles and console accessories in there as well. So listed 100, sold 1 million. 1 million listings. 1 million listings. So he says he's into more of a typical week, which is true. Trying to adjust to school week. Yeah, kids. Anyone who's got kids out there will know that they just... You kind of sometimes wish that you could just shut everything off and zone in for like 3 days. But when you have those external, draws on your time, responsibilities, I guess I call them. It does take time. Dad. He sold 213, my old bus number. Which isn't bad at all, is it? Isn't bad at all. But it's funny, whenever I do this, people will always go, wow. And it is wow, because Jack works hard. But also look at other numbers and, what people are doing. And I said yesterday, comparison is a theft of joy. I will not look at that and go, I want to be Jack Dobbins or whatever. I think he's doing brilliantly. But I do things differently. And everyone is different. He sold less than he's listed. Yeah. Well, he's, anyone who knows, has seen Jack in streams, you know how focused he is and what a good setup and routine he has. And yeah, he's done very well. So good numbers there. Good numbers there. The category probably has the highest sell-through rate, and he knows his game and knows what he's doing. Yeah, experience, efficiency, tight process, and working hard all help. You're all individuals. I'm not. Right, there we go. Done and dusted. 31 minutes. Hope you enjoyed that. 26 people watching. Absolutely amazing that we get 26 people in here. Thank you all for sending in your numbers. And the week 3 is from last Friday to Thursday. So if your numbers are behind, you've got a couple of days to make up some numbers. Right, that's all for now. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.